Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year to you all. I've come up today to the camp, so I want to show you one of my Christmas presents. I've always wanted one of these electric chainsaws, so I finally got one for Christmas. So it's a Olmlmo. Done a bit of research on these before I decided to get this model. So it's a lithium battery, 21 volts with an 8-inch cutting bar, and it's so compact, lightweight, single-handed or dual-handed for different tasks. And the thing I like about this saw is it's got its own chain oil reservoir, where a lot of the other brands you have to apply the chain oil manually. So automatic feed, which is awesome, and a battery indicator telling you how much power is within the battery when you're working away. Going to be an awesome saw for obviously my Land Rover, keeping it in there, and up the camp for doing wood tasks. The beauty of it as well, it's pretty much silent and no fumes or anything, so it's a perfect little companion for me in the woodland up the camp. And obviously with a lithium power station, I can charge my batteries while I'm out in the woods, so I've got endless amounts of power, so no need to worry about that. I've used it at home, but this is my first time out in the woodland. So the kit came with 2 lithium batteries, so I quite like the idea of 2 batteries because you can be using one and having the other one on charge, so you continuously got power. A screwdriver for adjusting the chain tension, and a spanner as well. A pair of adjustable safety goggles and a spare chain. The batteries take around 2 hours to charge. With your power generator you can be working and charging at the same time. So what I want to do, I want to put this saw to the test. I want to see how much wood I can actually process with one fully charged lithium battery. They state it can do around 100 cuts, so obviously depending on the thickness of the wood, the hardness of the wood, that's a rough gauge, but I want to test it for myself and see what you can get from one battery. Like I said, it's great with an automatic chainsaw oil feed. Just top it up and you haven't got to keep applying chain oil to the bar, which a lot of the expensive brands you have to do yourself. And also it's got its own viewing window with the chain oil, so you can keep an eye on the amount of chain oil you have in the unit. But it's real solid, good quality. I know I'm not gonna, you know, bust this up in a short time. And also you get a little chain guard as well for when you're transporting it. So we'll go out and process some wood. There's some nice beech come down, so we'll cut that. That's quite a hard timber to process. You know, it's a hardwood, so we'll see how the saw gets on with that and how much we can achieve. So like I said, it's such a lightweight piece of kit. You can do, you know, high-end pruning and things like that. So I'm going to start now, full battery, and we're going to start cutting this fallen beech, and we'll keep going until the battery runs out. but this is pretty hard wood, around 1.5 inches, and it's just going through it like butter. Three-inch diameter down to the end of this branch. We'll see how well it cuts a 3-inch. I'll tell you what, that's pretty impressive. You know, I've used chainsaws a lot in my life, and for a little 8-inch electric chainsaw, that is awesome, absolutely awesome. And that is solid. That is small but mighty, a bit like myself. So that's eliminated that branch, so we're going to move on to the next one. We'll check how much we've used, and we've only used 1 bar, so that is pretty efficient. So let's keep going, see how much we get. But there's no lag on power at all. It's just going through this, chewing through this wood lovely. And it's quite a safe unit because you've got to depress the safety button before you operate the trigger. So that's a good safety feature if you're new to chainsaws. So moving on to this bit of birch, obviously come down in the high winds that we've had. This is a thicker diameter, so I'm going to start from that end and work my way up and see if we can process all this plus what we've done. So far we're looking pretty good, we're still on 3 bars. The more I'm using this, the more impressed I am with it. Yeah, it's a fair hunk of timber there. It's just going through it like butter. So it's pretty incredible. We're still cutting, we're still on the same battery. It's starting to bog down a little bit, obviously losing power, but I'm going to see if I can process this section with what's left, and then put it all together and we'll see what we've got. But we've definitely got enough timber for a campfire tonight and maybe tomorrow. So that's pretty much finished now. That's dead. So I'll collect all this timber together and we see what we got out of that battery. So that's well impressive. So that's all collected and I've processed all that, you know, and that's a hard wood to cut. Obviously softwood you're going to get a little bit more, but all that from a 2000 milliamp battery. Now that is efficient. So if I swap that out now for another 2000 milliamp, it's going to double this. And obviously, like I said, if I charged it on my lithium power generator, I'll just get endless supply of power and endless supply of wood. So that is pretty impressive. I'm really happy with that. That's one of my favourite Christmas presents. Actually coming out and field testing your equipment is great fun, and seeing what it can produce, and the performance of it is excellent, and my arm doesn't ache or nothing. So it's a great tool for someone, you know, like me with a woodland, or someone in a Land Rover, or a woman, you know, that hasn't got as much strength as a man. Perfect. So anyone can go out and process wood. Like I said, there's a couple of campfires there. You know, you're out on the road or whatever, it don't take no space, no smelly petrol in your vehicle, just a little bit of chain oil and a couple of batteries, and you've got yourself some great firewood. And to actually charge the unit, if any of you guys are interested, it's burning around 36 watts of power from my Jackery. So this will roughly take around 2 hours to fully charge, and then I'm back in business. But like I said, there'll be 2 batteries. I'm out cutting and the other one's charging. So thanks to the 8-inch Olmlmo, we can do a nice cook up in a minute and enjoy the woodland. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this informative. I certainly have. I've had great fun and seeing what it can produce, and I'll see you on the next one. Enjoy the great outdoors, guys, and get yourself a little mini electric chainsaw.